Mr. Van Kuren here. And look at that. Wanted to talk to you about the move to virtual. By now, you certainly have heard that we'll be starting virtual instruction tomorrow, Thursday, November 19th. And I'm sure you have a lot of questions about how that will work, what that will look like. You certainly have already gotten an email from me, with all of those details. So what I'd like to do in the next 9.5 minutes or so is go through some information in the slideshow that you see here and talk about what virtual looks like for Central. And let me start with, it's not what it was like last spring. So if you're returning 12th, 11th, or 10th grader, we were, it was the pandemic and we were out of school indefinitely and school happened a certain way. If you're a 9th grader, you were at your grade school and instruction happened a certain way during the shutdown and the pandemic. This is not the case. This is a 14-day shutdown, we put on the slideshow here, that starts on Thursday, November 19th and lasts 14 days. We did this for a variety of reasons. You can see them listed in the slideshow here. We did have an increase in positive tests among students. We were approaching about 3% of our population. There's more positive tests in the community. We wanted to make sure that there wasn't a community spread from student to student, and you might be one of these students, but we had a large number of quarantine students, and so we made the decision to go virtual starting tomorrow on the 19th. That is not indefinite, meaning it's a small amount of days. We're going virtual for 14 days on the calendar. Okay, so students, you're able to return on Thursday, December 3rd. I'm going to talk about the schedule. That's probably the most difficult part to understand here in a few minutes. In those 14 days, we also have days off for Thanksgiving break. Okay, so there will be 6 days of virtual instruction and 1 virtual Wednesday. So really, we're only going to be in school for 7 school days for going virtual. The rest of the days we'll have off for either a weekend or Thanksgiving break. Okay, so you're going to hear some terms thrown around like synchronous and asynchronous. I'm going to try to simplify it for you. Synchronous is pretty simple. You have to meet with your teacher during your class time in a Google Meet. We are following the school schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, starting at 7:30, ending at 2:42. Okay, that's probably one of the biggest differences than how we conducted school last spring. Okay, so we're going to have classes that will meet. That's synchronous. Asynchronous means teacher will provide a lesson for you and you work on it independently or maybe in a small group. Asynchronously is what we currently do on Wednesdays, right? Wednesday, a virtual Wednesday, is an asynchronous day. We'll talk a little bit more about that stuff here in a minute. You can see schedule at a glance coming up. Here's some other differences. Attendance will be taken each day that you meet synchronously in a Google Meet. Okay, teachers will take that attendance in Infinite Campus for synchronous class periods. Here's another difference from last year. Grading and tests and assessment, we will continue to follow all of our existing grading. There will be no difference in grading, no harm grading, no pass fail. It is the regular grading that we currently do. Okay, so there's some of the differences, but let's take a look at the schedule. And this is the schedule at a glance. So remember, the Google Meet is the synchronous days. Okay, Mondays and Thursdays, you'll meet synchronously for 1, 3, 5, and 7. Okay, synchronously on Tuesdays and Fridays, you will meet 2, 4, 6, 8. The one virtual Wednesday that we have is just virtual Wednesday. Okay, it's what we would always do. So take a look. It's probably easier. This is a little difficult. Take a look at this chart. This is probably the easiest to understand. So Mondays and Thursdays. So tomorrow morning at 7:30, whatever you have first hour, you will have a meet in a Google Meet with your teacher. You will attend a virtual lesson. Okay, that could be anywhere from 20 minutes to whatever the class period is. And then you can see here, there's a passing time. And then second hour is independent work, teacher office hours. So first hour on Mondays and Thursdays is synchronous. Second hour on Mondays and Thursdays is asynchronous. So you can see the periods listed there. Okay, that's for Mondays and Thursdays. Okay, Tuesdays and Fridays are very similar but flip-flopped. Okay, so first hour on Tuesdays and Fridays is that asynchronous time. Okay, so these two charts are your best friends right next to email and Schoology. Those are the things that you're going to need to use in terms of the tools to be successful. Email, Google Meet, Schoology, these charts, these are important pieces for your success. Okay? What about lunch? Well, lunch is lunch. Okay? You eat your lunch when you normally would eat your lunch. What about study hall? Study halls, yes. Study halls, you do not need to attend. If you have a math center, a literacy center, a guided study hall, or a resource period, you must have a Google Meet with those teachers. Those teachers will set that up with you, and you just have to check with them. So if I have Mrs. Pop for guided study hall, I might check in with her and say, hey, things are going really well. I'm just working on these few things. Or you might say, hey, I need support on these few things. So you must check in with guided study hall, literacy center, math center, and resource hour if you're assigned to them in Infinite Campus. So simply put, if it's in campus, if it's on your schedule in Infinite Campus, you must attend it. Okay? That is really, really, really important for you to know. Okay? Let's go down here. You can read this slide. You guys, I'm not going to read it to you, but essentially, it's important to keep up on your assignments and stay organized. Come to class. It is school. We cannot here and will not accept, well, I had to go to the store with my parents, or I picked up an extra shift at work. School is still school during school time, 7:30 to 2:42. So it's important that you understand that, okay? If you need help, you need to reach out. If you are trying to understand what's going on, you have to reach out to teachers, okay? And you got to come to class. You got to come to those Google Meets. You got to participate in what's happening, okay? If you're taking a gateway class, a digital learning lab class, you would report during your normal gateway schedule class. In terms of families, parents, if you're watching this, reach out to the teachers, reach out to the school counselor, reach out to the administration if you have questions. Go over these expectations, go over this schedule with your students and make sure that they understand it. And if you're going to be absent, report your absence like you normally would. Part of this schedule is that it is trying to replicate as close as possible, within reason, the normal school day. Here's what we didn't want to have happen. We didn't want you sitting in front of your computer in Google Meets all day. That's why the every other class period schedule is what's happening. Okay. I went through a lot of information. Okay. All of this information was emailed to you. Okay. I'm not going to share the slideshow with you. All the information on the slideshow was in the letter that I sent to you earlier. So key takeaways. Okay. This is not the same as last year. It's different. So have a new mindset. Okay. Attendance will be taken right in class. Grading and assessment stays the same. The critical piece, you guys, really is understanding this Monday, Thursday, and Tuesday and Friday schedule, so that you're able to be in the right class. You will be marked absent if you are not there, and you will get a follow-up call from Mr. Haubrick or Mr. Levy if you miss classes. So it is really, really important that you work through those things, and if you have questions, you ask. If you're going to be absent, you call in, just like you would during the school day. Okay, you can see here, again, complete independent work and attend teacher office hours as needed are on the opposite sides of the virtual lessons. Okay, so on Thursday, tomorrow, during second hour, there are no virtual lessons happening. There are no Google Meets. Okay, and teachers are going to follow this schedule. So you can't say, well, I need to go to this class. I can't attend your class. This is exactly what's going to happen during the day. There's a lot of information, and I'm sure maybe you have questions. You certainly can email me. I'll try to keep up on my email as much as I can. reach out to your teachers, reach out to your friends, parents, reach out and ask questions, reach out to school counselors. It's an important that you feel supported, but know that we're doing our best to put kids in the position to succeed. And one of the things that we feel pretty strongly about is that we try to follow the schedule as close as possible, because we think that it's going to be more effective than it was last spring. I would also go back and remind you, virtual instruction starts on Thursday, November 19th, Friday, November 18th, okay? Friday, November 20th, and then Monday the 23rd, Tuesday the 24th, then we have Thanksgiving break, and then Monday the 30th, Tuesday, December 1st, and then virtual Wednesday on December 2nd, and then we're back in the building at the hallways of Central on Thursday, December 3rd. Okay? All right. I think I've reached my time limit. Please reach out with any questions. We are here for you. Stay safe. Have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Get some time away and recharge. And hopefully we will see you back in the great hallways of Central High School on the 3rd. I'll see you online before, see you in email before, but have a great time. Thank you.